Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
And what's it gonna do?
It doesn't matter how you're doing. Woo! Wheeling, dealing, living right, jet flying.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Would you please shut the hell up?
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the human rubble.
What up, what up? Welcome to episode 88 of Keep The Kayfabe. I'm Mike, sitting here with my boys, ready to talk some wrestling. It was another great weekend, folks, of wrestling and just life in general. Lots of fun stuff happening, but especially last Dynamite, coming off of Double or Nothing. We knew it was going to be strong, but boy, did we not expect what we were about to see. MJF dropped one of the greatest promos that I can remember seeing. Straight fire. We're going to get into that. Plus, CM Punk is a little banged up. Plus, his old buddy Cody Rhodes is also banged up. We saw him wrestle last night at Hell in the Cell, and that was something else. We're going to get to those topics and more, but before we get into all the good stuff, let's introduce the fellas real quick. Over in Glendale, somebody who keeps it regal, my guy Steve Grobschmidt. What up, Grabby?
New world order. For life.
That was some good echoing, like without
even trying.
analogy.
Nice.
Yeah, that was very, very good.
Nice.
That just goes to show Steve's A+ mic skills.
Yep, that's why we start off with him. He's a great leadoff batter.
Chalk up another one up for the bad guys.
That's it for the good guy.
All right, let's go down to Bayview. Talk to my guy who keeps it freshly squeezed, Matt Michelson. How are you, Matt?
Mike, here's a question for you. Would you pay me more if I were an ex-WWE guy?
You gotta yell it, dude. You can't just talk casually. You gotta be fired up like MJF. Yes.
I don't think you can match that. That's
Oh, no, I'm not even going to try to match his intensity. I'm just going to make it my own.
Nice. It's a great question, and we're going to get into it, too. But good to see you tonight, Matt. Thanks so much. Let's stay down in Bayview. Talk to my guy who's already fired up watching Raw tonight. Oh, my God! Charlie Michael. What's up, Charlie?
Bang bang.
Very nice. And speaking of which, did you guys see Noelle Foley is now on OnlyFans?
Oh.
I heard.
I don't know if that's
easy on the
Christmas
eyes
for old Mick Foley.
Oh, I'm sure it's bikinis and taking suckers' money.
Yeah, I'm sure it's looking good for Noelle over on OnlyFans. But what was looking good this last Wednesday was we talked about what kind of repercussions were going to come MJF's way after him seemingly dipping out on a public signing and causing a lot of controversy leading up to his match versus Wardlow at Double or Nothing. He came out and addressed the crowd. He actually cut the music until he got down to the ring. And once he did, he seemed in some sort of way. He basically said, Tony, I wouldn't want to say anything that would make you look bad or embarrass you, which was like, okay, you got my attention. And then from there was some of the best mic skills that I've seen maybe ever. We were all texting in the group thread. I said, I think this might be one of the best promos I've ever seen. I'm like, no, wait, this is the best promo I've ever seen. And I didn't even wait till the end. That was just some amazing TV. So, Matt, what did you think about this one, man?
I'm totally on board with you. I think, and a lot of critics and the internet as a whole has said the same thing, which is this is one of the all-time great promos. And I think we all knew it the moment it happened. For those of our listeners who either missed last week's episode of Dynamite, or if you haven't watched AEW wrestling at all, go back, watch last week's episode of Dynamite. You'll be hooked immediately. Obviously, this promo was phenomenal. And we'll talk more about it here in just a second. This whole episode from start to finish was just like straight out of the gate, A+ on everything. And this promo was no different. So kind of like Mike just alluded to, MJF comes out. And if you haven't really been following the wrestling media, which a lot of people don't, so we'll bring you up to speed, MJF has been having these arguments with Tony Khan, the booker and president of All Elite Wrestling, about his contract. And he made a couple really valid points during this promo. Actually, a lot of really valid points during this promo, which made it so compelling. The biggest one being, he is the second biggest minute-to-minute draw. on AEW TV, and we can assume the number one draw is CM Punk, which we'll talk about more later in the show. But MJF comes out, starts dropping swear words left and right, mentions the 3 sacred letters WWE that they never say.
Yeah, they never say that.
That alone made the crowd gasp. And in that moment, you could tell the whole mood shifted and everybody was on board with whatever this guy had to say. So he starts going off about being this huge draw, not getting paid for it, talking about how Tony Khan can reach into his pocket to pay ex-WWE guys, asking him if he'd pay him more if he was an ex-WWE guy. It just stirring up a lot of shit. And at the end of the promo, the promo felt a lot like CM Punk's pipe bomb from 2011 that he cut on WWE. There's been a lot of division on the internet, and I know Dave Meltzer, who's one of the more respected journalists in wrestling, has made comments along the lines of, well, you want to be careful with promos like this because it can damage your brand and your company. And yes, we've seen in the past that history shows there is truth to that. But this is a different kind of situation, I feel. It's just the way everything's been presented. These guys know what they're getting into. AEW is very smart about how they book things. We saw MJF do business on Sunday at the pay-per-view. Despite all this controversy, he came out, had a good match with Wardlow, sold for him, went out on a stretcher. I mean, the guy knows when to do business and when to say what he wants to say. And so Sunday night he did business. Wednesday night comes out and says what he wants to say. So promo ends with him screaming into the lens of the camera, Tony Khan telling him to fire him. I know it was censored here on American television, but if you go out on YouTube, there's uncut versions of this where he calls Tony Khan a fucking mark on TV, and the crowd just loses it. At that point, they cut off his microphone. He gets pissed, chucks the microphone. Very reminiscent of CM Punk back in 2011. And we go to commercial. Just unreal. Like an instant classic moment of pro wrestling TV.
Well said, Matt. Yeah, great wrap up on that. And I was actually thinking the same thing when I was watching it about the pipe bomb promo that CM Punk dropped way back when he was with WWE. And maybe that's a little hint on who could be the next champ when we get to what is going on with CM Punk too. But Steve, did you want to weigh in on this promo before we get going over to Charlie?
Yeah, I mean, I'll echo, like, I put it up there with the all-time greats. It just really, I mean, I didn't know how I felt about MJF because we'll never know when the shoot began or ended and when the work began or ended, but it's obviously a work now. And that being said, it was just out of the park. I think, the best promos are the ones that are steeped in reality. And I think obviously that's why this one was so good. It reminded me, although I would say even more intense than when Flair was suspended and there's the big lawsuit with Bischoff and WCW, and he was off TV for months and months. And then he came back all emotional and like he was screaming at like Bischoff. And again, you knew it had to be like 75%, like he was really pissed. And then, and then he was like even capping it off with yelling, "Fire me. I'm already fired. Fire me." It's just that part like resonated with me because that's kind of MJF went with the fire me thing. But it's just that's a promo I thought of. And then otherwise it's pretty unparalleled. It was really outstanding.
I know, for a man his age, and he keeps. I liked when he said like everybody has had to, has gotten their pops, but MJF has had to work for his, and he nails them and hits home runs or grand slams or however he phrased it.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Yep.
Nothing that he said was out of the question. He's totally right. And yeah, taking jabs at your boss was kind of like Stone Cold taking jabs at Vince McMahon back in the Attitude Era. I mean, it's a great spark for this promotion. It's kind of taking it a little deeper. But Charlie, do you have any response after seeing this one too?
Yeah, it was a great promo. It was probably, like I said, one of the best promos. When Cornette even said it was good, so it had to be good. He never had anything to say negative about it. But I had some other guys like Brian Alvarez and those guys say, where do they go next with it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Where do they go next with it?
And here's a problem too. The way he turned the crowd, Khan could become the bad guy.
Yeah, but I think if they're smart, they'll never put Khan on TV about this, and then maybe that'll
Yeah.
help a little.
Yeah,
Like,
hopefully. But he's-
Khan should absolutely not become a character out of this.
No, I mean, you never things change, but he said when it first started he didn't want to be an on-air
Yeah.
personality. So,
But
Oh.
but Tony finds himself on TV more often than he even probably knows or wants to.
well, he just all he does is like he introduces Martha Hart, and he'll come out and introduce
Big
like somebody.
announcements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not like he's working an angle like this and that. You know, everybody knows he's the booker, but he's not like, you know, he's just acting like the boss man. He's not acting like, you know, getting his guys in and getting this guy over and doing all this stuff. So,
Yeah, he's got that charm of being kind of a genuine nerdy dude and all that.
Oh, totally.
There's no
totally.
way he could parlay that into a character, I don't think.
No.
As a good
No.
guy, it wouldn't work. As a bad guy, it would be awful. So I hope he
Yeah.
stays off TV.
Yeah,
He
he's a
already
little
did that
awkward.
with Alex Abrahantes.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's like Alex is a bit much.
Mm-hmm. Matt,
But
did
yeah,
you have any
good promo.
closing
We'll see,
remarks?
good
Oh,
promo. We'll
sorry,
see
go
where
ahead.
it goes. I got worked. I'm glad I got worked because it made it better. Because I was legitimately pissed at him that weekend. I was like, get
Yeah.
him off TV, let him sit. I was like,
Mhm.
fuck him, dude. He's trying to mess up a good thing. And who knows? Like you said, Steve, it might have started as a shoot. They got put into a work after they worked it out. So who knows?
They just
But
really
whatever they got something compelling and to see where
Yeah.
it goes. But
the one
see how
the
they
one
can get out of it.
the one thing I would echo other people saying is I really, if it has been a work all along, which admittedly that was my first prediction, the no showing an event where people are
Yeah,
spending
oh, yeah.
$100 is shit. Like
Yep.
that's a shitty thing to do for the name of a storyline. Now
So-
maybe in the end they don't care and it'll all work out, but that's risky.
Someone said there was like 10 grand. I saw a thing saying it was 10 grand that they lost on that
Mm.
deal.
Yeah, that's risky. I hope that, I don't know. Well, I guess we may never know.
Yeah. So a couple final thoughts on this one to kind of sum all that up. Yeah, Charlie, you got worked. No.
Oh yeah, I did. I was pissed. I want AEW to do good. I want them. They got the potential to take over in a few years. I mean, like the stage is set for, we'll get into it, but
Mhm.
WWE they haven't made any new stars. They have, they were trying to push Cody as a main face. He's gone now. Reigns is taking a break. Sasha and Naomi are gone. It's like they're falling on bad times, and they put themselves into it by cutting just people they didn't need to cut just to make make their bottom line look good every quarter. It's a classic case of a corporate company cutting, and then if something doesn't go bad, they don't have a really good backup plan. Like, oh shit, we're fucked now. What do we do now?
Totally.
Corporate greed at its finest.
It is.
Oh, totally.
And so just to bring that idea back to MJF and this whole situation, I'm loving this entire scenario right now. If for no other reason than I feel like we're probably more in touch with what's going on behind the scenes of pro wrestling than most fans, I would argue. I mean, we're sitting here on a podcast talking about it, so what does that tell you? But the one thing I do see coming out of this is if this is a work, which I think we're starting to see it is now.
Now it has to be. They wouldn't have put him out there if it wasn't.
Oh
there.
yeah, no,
Right.
You
But
wouldn't
the
go on
fact that-
TV. It's not.
Fuck
it's a
you,
work.
yeah.
Oh,
Exactly,
yeah,
but
dude, it's work.
but I think the fact that everybody is falling for it, including us, and truly doesn't know what's going to happen next,
There's that.
just goes to show either how brilliant this is, or the fact that there is so much truth to it, you really can't tell where the line is. And I think pro wrestling's tried doing that over the last few years, and just to cater to the smarter fans. But I feel like even when they do a fairly good job of it, you can usually see through it and still know what's coming, right? Whereas in this scenario, it's really difficult to tell. And if this is a little bit of an idea between Tony Khan and MJF to walk that line really well, I mean, they've hit a master stroke. Hats off to them. So
Mhm.
hopefully it
Oh, yeah.
keeps playing out that way, and we get one of the best stories of the decade.
Yeah,
Could be.
we truly don't really know. It's not like MJF really solidified an opponent or somebody came out to step up to him, because he doesn't have beef with any roster member. It's only his
right.
boss. So
Right. Yeah. He just made it sound like get rid of me. Like they're gonna have to make connect some dots for him to be wrestling anybody now.
Yeah. How do you punish a guy who wants to leave, not be there? So, very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. And we will keep on MJF watch for you here on Keep the Kayfabe, a guy who does keep the kayfabe very well. So, do you guys want to stay with AEW since we're on the in the promo and talk about CM Punk? What happened this past on Rampage?
Absolutely, Booker man.
All right. So, yeah, so we don't really know where the championship is going to be going now. As soon as CM Punk won the championship at Double or Nothing versus Hangman Page, he's going to have to relinquish it because of health issues. I don't know the injury. I don't know if that came out. Did you guys know what it is yet?
It was a torn, what's it, pec?
No, who you talking Cody?
Cody,
No,
yeah.
You talking Cody?
Punk.
Yeah,
Punk.
I'm sorry, I got
Punk
thrown
front,
off. Yeah, I just mixed up my injuries. Sorry. God,
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, my brain went somewhere else.
Yeah, do we know what's wrong with Punk or no?
I don't think they said, but it looked like it was maybe his foot.
I think it's
Yeah,
broken
knee
foot.
He
Broken
hasn't
foot?
explained
No, it's not
that-
an knee, so
what
foot.
it is, I don't think. But he just said he almost made it sound like it's more than one bone, and it's broken bones of some kind. But
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure which ones exactly.
Okay. So a lower body injury.
Yeah,
as they like to put it in hockey. They never really reveal what's injured, so people don't target it in the future. It's a good plan. So we're going with lower body with CM Punk. He came out and had a heartfelt message to the fans saying that he wants to wrestle, he wants to be your champion, but right now it's just a bump in the road. So apparently this Wednesday there is going to be a battle royal, and we're going to see whoever comes out on top at this battle royal face the number one contender, Jon Moxley. So we have that to look forward this Wednesday. But Steve, aren't there more stipulations to this AEW interim champion?
Yes, I'm glad you asked because AEW released something on June 4th that laid it out. It's a multi-stage eliminator series. There's, in their words, an exciting battle royal that's going to open up Dynamite this week. And then on the same show, the winner of the battle royal is going to wrestle Jon Moxley in the main event of the show. And then they will go to Forbidden Door to compete for the title, the interim title. But this is like what I guess they didn't say at the time, but I'm just going to read it. Meanwhile, on June 12th, that New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion event at historic Osaka-jo Hall, highly decorated 8 New Japan stars and longtime rivals Hiroshi Tanahashi and Haruki Goto, did I say that right? Will face off in an eliminator match and then the winner of that will take on Moxley at the pay-per-view or at Forbidden Door to determine the interim. So they're kind of crossing the things. So you're going to get your Moxley or whoever beats Moxley taking on a major name in New Japan for that interim title.
Wow.
And I kind of, I didn't know that when I was throwing that out. Like they could, if they were planning Tanahashi and Punk, I mean, they could get the interim title to Tanahashi and then get to it later. I don't know.
That would be a really cool idea. As we're talking through, I guess, the booking behind this, part of me, just based on the complexity of this, it feels like AEW already had a storyline in plan, going into Forbidden Door, and it feels like this isn't too far off from what it would have been anyway. Just
Exactly.
because it seems overly complex for what it needs to be, right? So, yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. It's going to lead to some fantastic matches. I don't doubt it. I really hope Punk isn't nearly as injured as, he might be. Just because I personally was really high on him becoming the champion and looking forward to whoever his first title defense would have been against, all that good stuff. So hopefully this injury doesn't sideline him too long and we get to see him come back still in top shape and start to take on some really amazing opponents and have some great matches.
Did you guys say, I missed it, but did you guys say Tanahashi winning the title?
I'm saying that's what there seemed to be. They could set that up, that scenario, because Tanahashi or Goto are going to be going against Moxley, or I keep assuming Moxley's going to win. I shouldn't, but they're going to be down to that final match, whoever wins that.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be Tanahashi winning and then Punk beating him to get it back at some point.
Yeah, I think that's logical to Matt's point too about like they kind of seem like they have a plan. They can get to that plan in a few months if Punk's not too hurt.
Well, and then who in this battle royale could possibly win that has more experience wrestling New Japan style than Jon Moxley? So to get the best matches, go with Jon Moxley versus these guys from New Japan.
That's what it seems like.
Nah,
but
Moxley's
who in the battle royale could?
Moxley's not really a New Japan. He's a brawler, dude. Adam Cole is a more New Japan. Yeah, I mean, strong style's different. I mean, you got to watch New Japan. It's not just
he was the champ over there. He was the champ over there.
He was the U.S. and New Japan USA heavyweight champion. If you watch New Japan, they don't brawl outside of the ring. Only guys that did that was Jericho and Moxley. That's really not their style.
And Lance Archer.
And they keep not even Archer. They keep their shit. Archer did that shit here, but even you go back and watch Archer, they keep their shit in the ring, dude. It's in the ring. They don't brawl a lot on the outside.
So that being said, is what you're thinking Moxley not going to win then?
I don't know. I'll wait till Wednesday. I want to see who's all in the match.
Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's just make some, we know who's going to be in there. Bear Country. It's going to be probably the Arn Anderson guy, the guy who was my favorite wrestler, but already forgot his name. So there's going to be some fluff. But the big names...
Moxley, yeah. High percentage is Moxley, but I want to see who else is in there because...
Christian Cage has got to be in there. He could, throw something in there.
I guess you can look up who's AEW's... they have a ranking, so see who their rankings are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if because they make a point of that. They could make sure their top 3 through 10 are in there.
I don't think Brian's gonna be in there because he's hurt.
No, he's hurt. He's out a couple weeks only, but he's hurt.
Without
Adam Cole. Go ahead. What was that, Matt?
I was just about to say Adam Cole is a fair prediction. I think with all the title matches he's had,
Moxley.
I don't know that they want to put him back in the title picture against Moxley.
And have him lose right away.
Exactly.
It's going to be interesting because Moxley's already out, so it could be top 5's Wardlow, Hangman, Adam Cole, Jay Lethal.
Ooh, interesting.
That's their top 5.
So I'm going to go out on a limb. I feel like Dante Martin would be a great guy to win the Battle Royal and then go into the ring with Jon Moxley. Obviously, he'd lose to Moxley. Well, AEW does a great job of putting guys over in defeat, and I feel like they might play that card here.
I feel like if Moxley's destined to win, they'll go with some underdog to you could even go with the Silver or something, or not Silver, Johnny Hungy. Yeah, just to have the moment where could he do it, but then Moxley wins.
I don't know. I still think they go good guy, bad guy. So
it could be as predictable as it could be Jericho.
Because they're going to want a good pop. Yeah, Jericho could be there because they're going to want a good pop for whoever wins that title. So I think the title gets decided Wednesday night, don't it?
No.
I thought it doesn't get decided. It doesn't.
No. So the Dominion show is going to have those two guys wrestle.
Yeah.
This Wednesday we're going to have the Battle Royal, and then right away that person take on Moxley. And then the people, those two guys face at Forbidden Door for the title.
Oh, okay. I thought that whoever wins at the end of Friday or at the end of Wednesday gets the title, and then they go. So that makes sense, and that's how you get to. That's a better thing than having two different champions. So that's better.
Steve, I almost feel like you should have written the explanation for this because AEW's written
probably. Oh yeah, they had it all over.
Oh, it's huge. It's like filling my screen. It's like they really kind of overworded this. Yeah, but it's like it's there's two separate things going on. It's like a tournament, and then two Japanese guys wrestle, two American guys will wrestle, and the winner's face.
Right.
The classic case of over engineering it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's why you need the UX guy to explain it.
Yeah, exactly. He can lay it all out. Dude. Here's how it gets laid out, dude. Perfectly.
You could. So wait. So I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember this, but when Jericho had his big New Japan run, did he wrestle Tanahashi?
No, I don't think so. No. He wrestled. I want to say it was Naito and Omega.
Yeah, okay.
Naito. Yeah,
because you could have Jericho Moxley and Jericho freaking win, and then take on Tanahashi. Have Tanahashi win the interim, and then get back to Tanahashi Punk.
I would not be shocked if that's how it goes down because I know Jericho has been itching to wrestling.
Well, and that keeps
Hands
your feud going with Moxley and JAS too.
Yeah, great point.
Oh, yeah,
Dude.
good call.
Dude,
Okay.
what if the next greatest export to New Japan is Wardlow? Wardlow wins the Battle Royale. Wardlow beats John Moxley, takes on these New Japan guys. New Japan has got their eye on Wardlow. They want him to come to Super Kingdom or all these other big I mean, he could take over fucking Japan, Tokyo.
But here's the problem then. Then he's got to lose to Punk.
Yeah, they're not gonna want it. Tony Khan's not gonna let him want to get off TV, dude. This might save Wardlow with this because
I wouldn't even put him in the Battle Royal because how are you gonna eliminate him?
Yeah, if they go with this stupid, these guys are suing you. That's kind of mediocre.
That's right.
That's mediocre.
I don't know what I think of that.
That's mediocre mid-card bullshit that everybody turns off, dude.
Yeah,
that wasn't necessary.
We'll give it out, I should say. You don't turn it off. You tune
I'll
out.
give it a chance because they've done so magic with Wardlow, but that wasn't what I wanted to see after his epic feud.
Yeah, he needs to be facing the top heel, dude. You got to keep him kind of hot, dude.
Yeah,
true.
I heard some people saying that. We'll see how Wardlow does. MJF got him over, and that's why he got so big. So
true.
They'll get him.
It's gonna be interesting, Mike, if you're point War Dog.
Dude, I'm Wardlow till I die, but I also said that about Ty Conti, so
so was us. We were all were though, but we didn't know her how she was.
Yeah, I think we were motivated by something else about her.
Yeah, hopefully Wardlow's storyline doesn't become about his sex life. I think he'll be okay otherwise.
Yeah,
even if he did, it'd be kind of adorable if he had like a high school ish romance with something. Actually, I think I bumped into his girlfriend at All Out when we were there. She was the only one wearing a Wardlow t-shirt, and I was like, "Hey, Wardlow!" Is this really tall, pretty blonde? And then when
Wardlow's 34. He's not gonna be doing stupid shit like Sammy.
But anyway, I saw Wardlow's girlfriend ringside when it was in Cincinnati or wherever he's from, something like that. And it was the same girl. So too bad I didn't say to the girl, be like, tell Wardlow I say what's up.
If only you knew.
Interesting. His name is really Wardlow.
Really?
It's his last name. Yeah.
Fascinating.
I know. Michael, that's like you.
Oh,
great.
Middle name's Austin.
That explains everything.
Yeah.
Yep. His middle name's Austin, the street that I live on. So
what?
Look at that.
What?
Look at that. Look at that.
Jeez. This guy just can't get any better.
He's going to be sitting at this table with us one day.
Oh my God! What? I know.
I hope not. I hope not. It means his career went to shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, maybe not at this table. Maybe we will get invited to a bigger table.
Maybe we'll take over for Tony Schiavone and Aubrey. I just lost it. Aubrey Edwards. For the Edwards for the official AEW podcast. Maybe we'll be the official AEW podcast.
Well, maybe we can interview Wardlow's girlfriend and see if she remembered me from All Out. That's a good place to start. Piss him off enough to want to talk to us, be like, hey, man, I don't want you to have a bad day, but if you don't stop talking to my girlfriend, we're gonna have problems.
You're gonna
you're gonna have a bad day.
It's gonna be like Adam Cole and Tony Schiavone with you and Wardlow.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, shout out to Michael Wardlow. You're the man.
Now you're just gonna go with that.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see a great battle royal.
It's great.
We're gonna see a great battle royal this Wednesday. JR is gonna hate it, but we're gonna like it because then we're gonna see who's gonna take on John Moxley and get this whole thing sorted out with the AEW World Championship.
Anybody off the top of their head know where AEW's at this week?
Oh
no.
Are they still in California? I think I might have. I said they were going to be in California. I thought they were going to be in Rancho.
So they're going to be in Independence, Missouri.
Oh, so they're going. Okay, so I was wrong. I said that they were going to be in. I thought they were going to the Bucks' home. I thought they were staying out there again this weekend. So okay.
Yeah,
So
shout out to the California crowd. That was an amazing. They made that Dynamite and Rampage awesome. That was a
Oh
lit-ass
yeah.
crowd.
Especially for a California crowd. Because if you watch some Raws on California, they're kind of just like laid back, chilling. That crowd was amped. It just shows that.
Macaulay Culkin was there.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn.
Oh yeah, and Jericho was like, Vince Vaughn needs a nap. And I always think that, so that popped. Anyway, somebody that's going to be napping for a little while is Cody Rhodes. He looks like shit. Like he just wrestled at Hell in a Cell against Seth Rollins with a torn pectoral, and Charlie, I think, is the one that broke it. Said that Cody's hurt right before he went on. I wasn't watching Hell in the Cell, but it got me motivated enough to turn it on to see what was going on. And man, this thing looked brutal. It looked kind of like Aleister Black's face, but except it was the whole right side of Cody Rhodes' body. Was that the same injury that Triple H suffered in that one thing where his muscle got torn off his pectoral?
Yes.
Yep.
And I guess it was like some of the worst pain he's ever experienced, and Cody just wrestled like that. He had to have been shot up with some kind of pain tranquilizer or something like that, right?
Yeah, they were saying somebody probably was shot up with something. Not, they wouldn't give him a painkiller because they're saying like if you take a painkiller, it makes you loopy. So he'd be loopy in the ring. So yeah, they said he probably shot him up with something.
Torazone or whatever it's called that they give to like NFL players when they need to go on the field when they got it. Yeah. Yep. So, but I mean, okay, there's a lot to unpack with this. I think it was very reckless for him to wrestle like that, but knowing Cody the way he is, it's his ego. I mean, he's done way stupider things, but this is way up there with one of the stupidest things he's ever done. Plus, it's headlining a WWE match, a story that's been going on with him. Like, I kind of feel for the fans, too. Like, yo, you just rolled, like we've been sitting here for 3 hours and you rolled out a busted up wrestler to do this main event. I would have put it on like first, get it out of the way, kind of like they handled MJF and Wardlow after that whole thing. But I just, to see him go half speed, do a lot of things. I mean, there's kids in the crowd that are just like, Daddy, can you explain this, please? That's a conversation I don't want to have with my son someday about Cody Rhodes. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of strange that they would have it still go on as the headlining event, even though that's what they booked. But you can make changes. But the thing is, they don't have the depth in WWE to call it audible either.
And they only had one match, yeah.
Yeah, and they have to lay in the bed that they shit and trot out Cody Rhodes. And you could tell he was after the adrenaline wore off after the match and it was done. And I mean, yeah, this guy milks it. But that guy had to have been in some extreme pain. Go out there and wrestle just a normal match with a torn right pectoral, but a Hell in the Cell match, a.k.a. a headlining Hell in a Cell match that was going to go on for 30, 40 minutes maybe? I mean, that's just fucking lunacy. I kind of hate Cody for even just saying, no, I'll do it. And
there
then, yeah, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, I feel the same way in some regards. Like, there was so many moments in this match where I kept finding myself watching different spots and going, would that really hurt? And there was even little things like Seth Rollins putting the kendo stick into the bruise and kind of pushing on it, right? I mean, there's probably spots he could have done that where, you don't feel much of anything and Cody can just sell it. But then there's other moments where I'm seeing Cody take a bump with a torn pec, like just flat on his back, and then have to get up to his feet. And he's using his right arm, which is the injured pec side of his body, to actually hoist himself up. I have to believe that almost would hurt even more. I don't know. I'm in the same boat as you, Mike. Like, this match, when I had heard the news about Cody having a torn pec, I expected this match to not go onto the card at all. And you mentioned like Cody and his ego, and there is a lot of truth to that. We've seen that over the last few years, especially. I also wonder how much of it was Vince kind of leading him on and, almost like dangling a carrot in front of him, convincing him to do it. I honestly don't know. I think it's a little bit of both, quite frankly. I think these guys are actually collaborating really well, which is a scary thought in itself. just because I think Cody's entire run up to this point has been really well done, especially by WWE standards. So, when you see this match and you see what Cody's, physical condition is, you got to wonder, like, how did it come to this? What made him decide to go through with this? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it made for a really interesting match, and everything they did in this match felt all that more compelling because of it. But at the same time, is it really going to further the storyline with Cody, or is he just going to get normalized like the rest of the roster by the time he's back in fighting shape? I don't know.
Yeah, somebody had to go out there and wrestle the headliner that they made him the billboard of, and as he's probably trying to look as tough as his father. I think he's got like that daddy issue thing, like, well, my father would have done what it took, blah blah blah, and he's trying to live up to all the hype that he built up in his family legacy. And if he did step out, he looks like a pussy. Maybe there would have been some money, I don't know, costing, I don't know. It seems very stupid. But I think they probably shot him up with something. It's like, can he hurt it more than it actually was? I'm sure that was a conversation that he said.
I heard it's he can't tear it up anymore. So
he's probably like, well, fuck it then. I'll go out there. It'll look like shit. I'll tell a story. And Cody is really a great storyteller. He works very slow, and he says, like, in wrestling, like, if you think you're working too slow down some more, because people get more roped into your story, and he does a very good job at that. So yeah. Steve, did you have a little something for us on this too?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we all know, like most of you, I'm not a Cody fan anymore. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just so torn on this, pardon the pun. I don't want to give him the credit. Like it's like, I feel like
bartenders.
Yeah, everybody's out there saying, or there's lots of people saying how courageous it was. And it's like, God, it's like, is it okay? Maybe it's courageous, but it's just feeding that whole ego that doesn't need feeding. And I feel like, you know what? Yeah, it's just, okay, you went out there and you're a glutton for extreme pain, like you were when you set yourself on fire and all this other shit you did. And it's like, damn well this is at least in the short term work. It's like he's gonna come out, he's gonna come back to a hero's welcome, and it's just gonna eat that up like he does it, So it's like, that's maybe what I'm more afraid of, is that this ploy is gonna work.
I think he does it to get Brandy all pissed off. So it's just like, hon, I can't mow the lawn today. I can't go get the groceries. I can't pick up Liberty from daycare. I am laid up.
And now that he doesn't work for me anymore, Ricky's not doing my chores.
He's gonna be laid up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of echo a lot.
How do you heal? How do you heal from this? Is it surgery?
I think there's surgery. There is surgery involved. Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, surgery, dude. Surgery. They got to go in and reattach the pec to the bone, let it heal up.
And he's already fucked up. From that show, Roads to the Top, they showed like his chiropractor and how his hips are all out of line, his spine, now this pec thing. The dude is just like fucking Evil Knievel body out there, it seems like. And that's probably Tony Khan is, smiling as a pig in shit because he didn't pay this guy top dollar for a busted up lemon of a wrestler that he is now.
Yep.
Third best Rhodes.
Yep, pretty much. All the shit he's doing, yep, and he's still the third best. Yeah, that's true.
And there's not enough time left to move up to even number 2.
No, yeah, he's not gonna beat Dustin because Dustin's still puts
still
on
going.
Killer fucking matches. Matches.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a guy I never thought about
but
that,
a great
dude.
wrestler.
He's making some money though.
Mm-hmm.
Made more.
And he still finds time to paint his face.
Oh, Dustin, yeah. Yeah. Smart move for Dustin. He could work back there forever.
Yeah.
True
work
that.
Back there.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I think this is going to work. It's like, at least in the short term, like he's going to come back to a huge reaction because he was so courageous. And but like,
hopefully.
like we've said, I think there is a time limit on this storyline. I think he would be at his best and make it work the best if he played the heel, but he's not. He's too full of himself. So the fans will get sick of his sanctimonious bullshit at some point.
Oh yeah. Those WWE fans are stupid though, but
yeah, it's true. There might be the kids will always like him because he's wholesome and all that.
Yeah, look at Cena. But he's no Cena though.
He's definitely no Cena.
It's going to be very interesting now if they can. I haven't looked, but they're not even close to filling half of that stadium for SummerSlam. And so now, how do you sell that? That's going to be very interesting. They can sell that. They can sell that stadium out now.
How long is Roman out?
I think most of the summer.
Oof.
I mean, I think he'll come off and on and do, but he's not like going to be on TV every week.
Oh, you know who's going to save it? Mark Calloway, The Undertaker. Vince is going to go to the well.
He could.
The 1,000th time, and Taker will do it. I guarantee it.
This is a problem that Vince created on his own.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
This is a problem that he made by not building guys and cutting guys and putting guys in shitty positions like they could have been stars there, Ciampa, Adam Cole, that whole
Ricochet.
Yeah. Well, Ricochet kind of sucks. He's great in the ring, but I've come to realize he can't cut a promo. He's going to lose I think he wrestles Walter for that title this week.
Oh, Jesus.
So I think he'll be doing the job because that title hasn't been on a pay-per-view in like almost a year.
Put it this way, he either does the job or they've completely ruined Walter.
Yep.
Because if Walter loses that, he's fucked.
Wait, Walter?
Oh, sorry, Gunther.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, you guys had me so confused. Goldfish brain, WWE fan, excuse me.
Well, you can nurture the promo skills of Ricochet. The thing is, they don't really try to invest into the wrestlers that they are investing in, if that makes sense.
Oh, they don't. That was what NXT was supposed to be, but they just pull the plug when they join the roster.
Mm-hmm. So,
and they're not Vince type guys, So I bet they try hard to get Wardlow in his contract. I have to be honest, because he's a Vince type of guy. He's got the size, the look.
Don't do it, Michael. Don't do
Hopefully
it.
Not.
Yeah, because it won't work.
Yeah.
No. He'll be trading squash matches with Braun Breaker.
Take a look at Punishment Martinez. That's where you'll be, buddy.
Yep. You'll be
Dijakovic. Just take a look at Dijakovic, dude. You don't even see him anymore.
True.
I wonder when they're gonna have their cut. I wonder when they're gonna have their cuts. They haven't had any cuts lately.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I thought they would probably offload NXT first before they did any more roster members. I mean, In Your House was just this last weekend, and I didn't even recognize any of these names that were in this supposed tournament, and nor do I care.
I had no interest. Once I'll pop over there, but I had no interest in watching that at all.
I haven't turned it on since it changed after so I watched 2.0 just to see what it was all about.
Yeah, I watched
it. And then after that, I've never watched it single time since ever.
Yeah.
Same here.
Catch it at the gym, and I'd like, okay, I'll just watch while I'm doing some cardio. But then I'm like, then it's just like, this is horrible, dude. It's funny for watching some of the girls' matches because they are just bad. Even some of the guys, but the girls are very bad, bad. You can see them talking, calling spots out, just blatantly missing shit.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a Nickelodeon studio for Guts
totally.
or Double Dare
exactly.
or something like that. It's just a stupid stunt show, like a legit stunt show.
It is really strange because who's it appealing to? Because they sexualize all the women on the show, yet it looks and feels
guys my age actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they're supposedly in their late 40s, 60s. Is there who seems like they're marketing to?
What do you think about
pervs?
the show, Charlie?
It's horrible. I don't know. A few years ago, when they started, I can't remember I want to say WoW or one of the women's of wrestling kind of things. they were starting up. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll tape it and I'll try to get into it. Maybe it's got a good feel. And it was just garbage, just like you said, Mike said, it's like the worst. The look of it is like one of the worst wrestling shows you'd see. Like, this is horrible, dude. I'm not watching it. It's like, it's just had the worst look ever,
It's like they put a wrestling show in a paintball indoor stadium.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
in just a random thing.
That's a great analogy.
With some high school bleachers and a short ramp that, it's awful. Anyway, it's just so crazy how something so cool got so bad so fast.
Mm-hmm. But I will say that Carmelo Hayes guy is pretty good. He's pretty good, and same with the To the Moon. He's good, and so same with that kid that was in AEW. They let get out the English kid. I forget what his name is, but I sent a clip. That kid's really good, man. Him and Grimes had a fucking killer match, dude. That kid. It sucks he's in WWE because he probably won't grow to be what he could be. Hopefully, he can get out of there and go to AEW or somewhere, because that kid's a stud, dude. I can't remember his name now.
I remember you talking about him,
fucking stud, dude.
You talking about Cameron Grimes?
Not Cameron, but the kid,
English guy.
The English guy, the English young guy that wrestled Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about him a long time ago, too.
Yep. Because I saw his first match, like, holy shit, this guy's good. I think he wrestled Dark or something.
Yeah. Maybe we can get that name right after we do promo of the week.
Yeah.
So while Charlie looks that up, we'll come to the mailbag as we get deep into the show here. Pulling it up right now. Ooh, this one's good. This one comes from Liam from South Jersey. Shout out to South Jersey. They're actually our highest demographic of listeners. Over 2,000 downloads just in the state alone. So shout out to Jersey. He says, USA, USA, as the tough guy from my promo would say. Awesome show, Kayfabe crew. Looking forward to some good episodes this summer. Well, Liam, we're not going to get some good episodes. You're going to get some great episodes. So that's why you want to like and subscribe to Keep the Kayfabe on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook. So what he sent me, though, was, if you didn't get the hint, USA, USA, it is Hacksaw Jim Duggan from 1989. Must have came from Superstars or something, because I'm looking at the video right now. It's got, like, the old graphics in the back with the wood and, how they make their names and all those crazy fonts. That I love that shit back when I was young. Total sucker for it. So, without further ado, let's get to Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Folks, I'm proud of this flag, and I'm proud of all the people from my family, people from your family that gave down their lives, that sacrificed to keep this flag flying free, to keep this country brave. That's why when Hacksaw Jim Duggan has a chance to raise Old Glory over my head, you better believe I'll stomp down there 110% with my heart pumping and my lungs pumping. I'll have only one thing in mind. That's to beat my opponent up and to raise the flag high. And folks, you know me, if things get a little bit out of hand, well, Hacksaw Jim Duggan is not too shy about grabbing my 2x4 and the stars and stripes. Tough guy? Oh!
Well, there it is. Thank you, Liam, so much for sending that one to us from South Jersey. Hopefully the Devils have a better season next year, but thank you so much. Steve, what did you think about that promo? Hacksaw is kind of your boy, isn't he?
Oh, tough guy. He was corny as hell, but that dude, he was popular. He was a popular run.
Wait a minute, we're not talking about Cowboy Bob Orton, are we? Or no?
Or is it Jacques Rougeau, or is it?
It's one of three answers.
Warlord.
For listeners who maybe didn't catch our Double or Nothing, was it the prediction show? I think we did
prediction show.
Yes, the
results show. Yeah.
Yes, I think it was
prediction
2
show.
episodes ago.
Yep.
Go back and check it out. Steve has some really great trivia for us, and we fail miserably.
Yes. But that promo did not fail, so thank you for sending that to us, Liam. If you want to hear your promo on the show, send it to Keep The Kayfabe 414@gmail.com or just on Instagram and Facebook. So, Charlie, did you find that dude that's from England that was so good or no?
Yeah, his name's NXT. It's Nathan Frazier. His name was Ben Carter. And
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, he was fucking good. I just looked. His height's only 5'7", so he'll never be a star there.
Yep, he's screwed.
So he'll hopefully get cut, and then he'll go on to be a star somewhere else.
He'll just be like the English
without a doubt,
Dynamite kid.
He's good, dude. He can go, dude. For being so young, he can go.
Well, maybe he'll come on the show if he's going to be a nobody. Because we're not going to get Michael Wardlow.
Unless Wardlow's career goes really bad.
Well, it's not going to go bad because I hear he actually follows 3 great pieces of advice as he walks through life day after day. You guys know what that is?
No, enlighten us. What is it?
Eat, train, repeat.
No.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins.
No, and it's not Eat, Pray, Love, that great Julia Roberts movie. It's stay humble, stay hungry, and stay hard.
Triple H.
Woo!